Okay, hello there, hello. My name is Jarek, I'm the Archon Studio CEO. Welcome to our bi-weekly, in most of the cases, bi-weekly AMA, so ask me anything. I see tons of questions. I'm alone today, so we're gonna go through all the projects. Yeah, small scratches on my face. So let's jump into the chat. Let's have a look what we have in the chat, and I will start answering those questions. Then we're gonna move through all the projects. I have updates for you about shipping. I do have updates about home. I also have some sneaky peeks of the Stronghold faction. I do have something about Master of Orion, so we're gonna get there in a sec. So maybe start from the top. Obviously you can see me, hear me, right? All good. I'm asking this because okay, everything seems to be working. Right. So I'm sitting instead of standing, so okay, oh no, it's all fine. So one of the first questions: do you plan to sell Home Free in the future in the countries where Kickstarter does not ship? Thank you. I think this is left now to distributors to sell the products. I mean, there is you can buy it from our store, but we're not going to be shipping to any countries like Belarus or Russia because there is a limitation, obviously. Yeah, that's it. So, yeah. I have shipping numbers, containers, everything just in a sec. I'm gonna go to these slides. I'll answer your question. So the question was about the Heroes Wave 2. At least I have some good answers. Hi Andres. I won't be mentioning any new factions because I want to leave it to my team to build the hype around it instead of me just spilling the beans. So I would rather not to say what is there. I do have a few slides. I have something to show you, so stay tuned. Hi, maybe it is a complicated question, but we know that the second ship from Europe and the rest of the world should arrive with 6 containers in Poland. Yes, that's correct. That's tomorrow. I have the tracking number, so you can follow that number if you want. There is another container, which is seven more containers, which also are going to arrive in Poland on 20 something. So I've got dates. This question I already answered it, but I'm already back the first King of Mountain pledge. If I add more King of Mountain pledge in the pledge manager, can I get 2 stretch goals? Yes. These stretch goals are per pledge. Only one thing, which is per backer, is basically Balor, huge model. Yeah. Is there any chance that you use VFI Asia for shipment due to taxes matters in going crazy here? Taxes matters. No, we won't be able. We have to use the company we are using currently. It's gonna be Green Logistics again for Asia. One of the reasons is basically we get bulk shipping with them and bulk prices. If we're going to divide and conquer between small shipping other companies, the cost of shipping will be astronomical across the board for other yeah. So it's either gonna go full steam ahead with Green Logistics or no. Elevation is a huge part of creating a unique and immersive building or dungeon. I do agree. I agree on that. The elevation, I was outvoted by my team, especially from 3D team, about elevation. I had completely different idea how we could tackle elevation with the current system. But they decided to go for much more organic sculpting and all those things. So you could potentially do the elevation if you're gonna go for any other of legacy sets. Legacy sets will allow you to actually build up with some pins and things like that. In the future product design, I'm gonna be I want my team to actually outvote me, I think, because we've been doing this for so long, and yeah. That's something we will discuss internally anyway, because there's more and more questions about elevation, and then at this stage the only one way to do elevation is basically go and redesign or design new stuff, which is not the best idea, I think, but we're gonna have to do it probably at some point. I have both Minor and the King of Mountain in my pledges. Do we get... Okay, the same question. Yes, you get the same as I answered. You get a the stretch goals and only one model of Balor. Okay. There's plenty of questions here, kind of, and I can see with some discussions. Question about the caves. Can we hope for glowing probes with LED plus the CR2030 battery sockets? We test that. It was actually meant to be part of Woodhaven, if I remember this correctly, or maybe it was meant to part of Encounter. And the prices were not there. Basically, the set in itself was about $3 to $4 for a single one, because it needed to be designed specifically for us, so you have to pay for design and then for the units. And with the number we were ordering, and we were thinking about maybe 5,000 units or 4,000, 5,000 units, the cost was astronomical. So it was about $4 per set. So we decided not to go. I was looking at some of those solutions off the shelf, so get something which is already, you know, available quite cheap, maybe from AliExpress or something. But eventually we decided not to pursue that. Also, there's a problem with shipping batteries, by the way. So we cannot ship batteries for not every single country really, is allowed to ship batteries too. I still not have yet received the tracking number for my DNL5 pledge. Are we still shipping? Yes, we are still shipping. I will get that to that slide just in a sec. Right. Oh, that one. Gail, regarding DNL5 Dosler, what was the rationale behind removing weapon options shown during the campaign from the various multi-parts models, such the Grobok and with two-handed axe? I have slide for that prepared. It wasn't rushed. There is no rationale. There was a mistake, a pure mistake by our graphic team. So I will get there and explain. At least I'll try. I received my home last week and I'm so happy. Fantastic quality. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Thank you for your support and thank you for backing. Well, with the big box pledges arrive in the EU tomorrow, literally tomorrow. Okay, let's quickly go through what's on today's agenda, and let me just change the slide. I'm clicking and you don't see it. So what's on today's agenda? So shipping status and some other updates, some info about the GameFound campaign, because that is the next one on the in the pipeline to start. Then we have some info those there, obviously, shipping status, small, just one slide about the caves, but we're probably fed up of caves. We've been doing like beginning of campaign, mid campaign, and now end of the campaign videos. And then Master of Orion, some info about the project's update and where we're going with it. But as always, we're going to start with some questions coming from Discord. The first one is about Deus Lair. Jarek, what is your personal favorite Deus Lair mini? I think it's gonna be Turtle. It's all over the places. I'm not surprised about it. I think now it's gonna be Turtle. I like the quality. It's one of the models we have designed with the latest internal process, and I think it just built up a lot of confidence in the team that we can actually make it big stuff and really nice, and that fits together very well and such. So it opens up many additional possibilities for other projects in the future projects. So yeah, I like the model because it's good for the engineering, but I like the model because it's cool as well. Question. Now we have the airship in hands of backers. It looks amazing. Would you consider making a large normal sailing ship as well for future campaigns or retail? Same dimensions as the large Whiskets or Reaper ship. We had that thought. We had something in mind to do that. I think it would require just two additional tools to be made, because you could potentially use at least half of your sets from DNL. But I don't know. It's kind of obscured campaign, so it could be done. It could be done, like, you know, just let's make a ship and everything around it, and this type of encounters. Or if you're going to make something bigger and it's gonna be just part of this campaign, could be that way. Starfinder is releasing their second edition playtest next summer. Do you have any plans for the future collaboration with Paizo for that occasion? Not for that occasion. As you might know, the full history about Paizo models and miniatures, which we are constantly releasing every at least couple of months, is that a company which was called Ninja Division contracted us to make miniatures and models, and they haven't paid the bills. And the bills were astronomical, as something like $150,000 unpaid bills in unpaid invoices by Ninja Division. So, and obviously they disappeared, and the backers didn't get nothing, and so on, so on, so on. So we spoke with Paizo. We said, look, we're gonna take that one project. We're gonna take the miniatures. We will make miniatures. We make plastic injection with those miniatures, and then we will ship to backers, and we will pay for the production. I mean, although we got nothing from it. From our own pockets. Only one thing which was then mentioning that people needs to pay for the shipping, and I think we did like 6 waves now, or 7 waves, and I think 8th and 9th wave is being done now. We just released another bunch of miniatures, but we don't have nothing specific to in mind in terms of collaboration with Paizo for the next summer. But it's a good call. I mean, maybe we could do something. Will be possible to pre-order Stronghold shaded? Yes. I know we said originally no, but the plans changed, and we will have to also we have to also offer the pre-shaded version of Stronghold and the future expansions. What can we roughly expect in the next campaign? In the next DNL campaign, we don't know yet. I think it's next DNL campaign will be miniatures, will be about the miniatures, because we kind of have to overlap campaigns, and I'll get that back and explain why. So next one will be definitely miniatures. So you tell us what's your expectations are. What would you like to see? Is always something which we haven't done it yet, but I think we should start doing it. Like on a social media, ask people suggestions. And at the moment, like, you know, on Discord, we only ask what's your questions to us. I mean, we should start doing also suggestions. I think there is room for that at Discord anyway. So yeah, for suggestions. Is there plans for something like Skies of Arcadia, an airship piracy style game? Yes, there is. There is. When? I don't know, because it needs to be aligned with other projects we have planned for next year. Next year we have some IP projects, and definitely at least one DNL miniatures projects. But then we have 2 slots free to put something in there. Also, would Prince of Persia board game be something you might consider making with Ubisoft? That would be quite fun, I think. I believe we asked that question to Ubisoft about 2 years ago, and they said that license is not available. That doesn't mean somebody else got it, it just means it's not available, and there might be tons of different reasons. We didn't follow up on that one. If it wasn't available, wasn't available. Clearly nobody's got it, because 2 years somebody would have, you know, release something. So yeah. What happened to Starsight? Nothing. It's still in development. It's still being developed. It is kind of parked till I know what's going on with the other IP projects we meant to release. But I keep saying the same. I keep saying the same. We just have to wait. And literally, I meant to get everything. Literally last week, they say they're gonna inform me last week about the state of things, and they haven't. So I don't know. I will follow up next week Monday to see If I will get like a negative answer, then it's gonna be full steam ahead start site next year, first quarter or second quarter. Home 3, can we get the Wave 2 languages rulebook? My team is watching, so they will take note, and I think that should be available for you with next update. Or if not, next update is from Friday, tomorrow, by the way. Home 3, do you plan to add new cooperative mission to the game with future expansions? Yes, there will be a lot. There will be a lot. I mean, there's gonna be several changes. Obviously, I'll get there, but several changes. I mean by that is we have to work on expanding this game, really expanding this game with all the add-ons. Ideally, we should have at least every quarter release something free. Kind of, this is the expansions, missions, cooperative missions, and download them and play, because that's how we should do, and this is how we should maintain the game. Yeah. Will you show the painting process? Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, that's what it is. I will show you. That's the painting process basically. So you have this massive printing machine, printing head, which goes and shoot the paint. Literally, it's literally shooting the paint into onto plastic. There is a lot of there's loads of thing which is happening on the back end, on the front end, sorry, with files preparation, with machine setup, with everything around that one. It's quite, I would say at the moment, is still quite complicated, but I'm kind of myself mainly. Well, we build in the process, let's say. We build in the process to streamline it as much as possible. Although it's much faster now, because then just literally, I don't know, a few weeks ago to set up the machine, you needed like half an hour. Now it's just 10 minutes and you can go. It is tricky machine because you work with paint, and paints don't like temperature changes. Neither do anything basically. So sometimes occasionally we get out of color, but the printing process is slow enough to actually pick it up, and it's not like newspaper, which give you like 60,000 newspaper every hour, and then all of a sudden somebody realizes 2 hours work of needs to go to bin. Here no, I mean after first layer you can see straight away there's something wrong with paint, and you can fix it. But a little bit complicated process, to be honest. I was expecting this one to be less complicated, but again, you have to work with paints. Now let's go to hero shipping. This is something, but before maybe let's check here. Let's check the comments. Yes, I do have a meeting tomorrow with Spiral Games. Spiral Games to be our warehousing. So if we're going to close that deal, then yeah, then it's gonna be great. Next campaign, only big minis. There will be portion of big minis. There will be portion. Dark Dragon all the way. Yeah, just to confirm, the legacy bits in the campaign are the full height walls that we can't use in things like the Stronghold. Yes, they are full walls. We haven't designed any additional sprues for these sets. They are legacy, and they needs to be, because we need to start shipping it just after the campaign finish. Are we going to make any half walls? We will see, because I would say it would require a little bit more, these sets, I think, and partially will require half walls at some point. How much longer to process the pre-painted sets like the core set versus unpainted? Will unpainted sets be shipped first? It depends. I think we could, and I think we probably could ship them faster, but then I still need every single sprue, even the add-on sprues, and usually what we do is we will create everything which needs to be pre-painted first, and so from the sprues point of view, and then we will move to like a stretch goals, which are unpainted ones, and then it's still gonna have to wait for, you're still gonna have to wait for those, even if you pledge for the unpainted ones, you're still gonna have to wait for all the toolings to be finished. So that's the priority now. Priority is first, let's make everything which needs to be painted, and then focus on sprues which are unpainted. Otherwise, you know, it will extend the release of the campaign if we do that other way around. I got the shipping notice today. That's good. Feels amazing, man. When can I expect the confirmation email for home, Germany? It's the, okay, so we are at the money shipping, so I can explain it a bit. So this is what we got from, this is from a GameFound screenshot. By the way, there's still 4% of you, which is a massive amount of money, which you haven't closed your pledge manager, right? You've got to go. If you're watching this, you haven't done it, please do so, because if you don't close your pledge manager, we won't be able to send you. And as you can see, just from the normal credit spends versus backed, I mean, come on, that's 160,000, something like that, which still needs to be cleared out. Okay, now what we have shipped almost 10,000 parcels. This is not including what was shipped today and yesterday, because we're getting information from what's the name, from Green Logistics and from USA shipping and from Australia shipping with delay, because they have to book it and then provide a tracking number, and then we have to get this info fed in and fed this one into the GameFound. So it's around about 10,000 plus parcels. And the most important bit is we've shipped everything which came in the first shipping, and the next 6 containers to Poland. That's the number. They're landing on tomorrow, on 22nd. That's tomorrow, on 22nd of March. That's the website. You can go and track them. And 7 additional containers, which gonna be everything, and that's it. That's the tracking number to the container. Should be on 28th of March, which means once we get those 6 containers, another wave of shipping will start, and then we go. Before that arrives, I hope that 6 containers will be out of the door from the Green Logistics. Now, this one landing tomorrow in Poland, this means we need at least 3-4 days for clearance. So it's going to be cleared through customs, and then the truck will go straight away from port to Green Logistic distribution center. So, and there was a follow-up question somebody mentioned when I'm going to get, or yourself, when I'm going to expect the confirmation email. The Green Logistics will start sending emails starting from next week, because if they know what exactly is coming to them, they will start sending the emails out. So yeah, there was a little bit of pause in shipping, especially for the Europe and rest of the world, only because we had those containers, we shipped them out, and the Green Logistic wasn't shipping anything till they get more stuff from. Yeah, so that's good, because this is over. Once this is out, that's it. Everybody is served, and I hope you like what we did in terms of the game itself and such. So just a quick to mention. Let me check quick questions, because I can see there's a few questions. So as I mentioned, the emails coming out will start coming out from next week, and I think there will be, because the containers are so close apart from arriving in Poland, they will start next week and they will continue till they finish. So yeah, and how many? Well, they ship around about 1,000 parcels a day. That's the maximum capacity for them. Nothing we can do. Even if we pay more money, they won't be able to do that. Simply, this is the maximum they can do. Why did it change your logo? It was about time to change logo. I really like that logo. It was designed by the I forgot his name. He was a lad from UK. A good designer. So he designed that logo. And yeah. Sorry guys, I'm sitting, so my head is like here. Maybe I could lower my desk just a little bit, and you can see my... Yay! Hope everything works now. Yeah, okay. I like that logo. It's got some meaning, and we really needed new logo. It was part of rebranding, which we planned to do for some time. So that's what it is. And the previous logo was a little bit confusing. Lots of people confused us with Awakened with other companies and such. So yeah, because we're saying AR, like Awakened. Okay, let's go quickly through this one. Just wanted to mention a few things. First of all, for the heroes of Might and Magic, there is a tournament planned. We plan tournament with City Action. There will be actually two tournaments. One tournament is for the video game, and the other one will be for the board game. So you're more than welcome to join the tournament. Just a quick info in English. Date is 15th of June 2024. We start from 12 o'clock till 5 o'clock ish. It is at the Percon. Percon is a massive convention here in Poland. It's about, I don't know, 30,000 people, 30,000 people. Video game, Home Free, Shadow of Death, Strefa Gamingowa, that's how it's called, and it's a Pavilion 7A. And then for the Heroes Might and Magic 3, the board game, it will happen at the Games Room, Pavilion 6. Okay? We have full support from everybody, from Percon, from CD Action, from Ubisoft, and from Druga Era, which is the fantasy club in Poznań. Yeah, obviously Kwasowa Grota and such. So yeah, that's that. In terms of a Heroes of Might and Magic board game, we are in development stage for the Stronghold. So here we have some Stronghold heroes. Let me just clear that comment here. And then we also making now tiles for Stronghold expansion. So that is happening, slowly and gradually is happening. So just wanted to show you that. Let me just quickly check the chat. By the way, I might have to have some support in the future because there's so many questions coming, and I won't be able to do, to answer all of them. How many parcels are shipped per day? It depends on the project. So our own projects, which is the plastic stuff, we ship around about 200 to 250 parcels a day. Goes up and down depending on how busy the day is. If there is like huge amount of orders coming through retail, we have a little bit less parcels shipped out, like Deusler now being shipped. So some days there was 180 parcels only shipped out instead of 200, but most of the cases 200. 1,000 parcels is for the Green Logistics. Green Logistics is the external company, and they do those things for us. So they receive the stock and they process it and ship out. Yes. And not at our warehouse, at the Green Logistic warehouse. No, and not arrive on 22nd. 22nd is the shipping. The boat arrived in Poland. There's a couple days to process everything. Yes, everything which is on the container will be shipped. How strong will be available? Kickstarter or direct order? We don't know yet. We don't know yet. We plan for both at the moment, and we will see. So the game fund said on my pledge, including tax, next to the amount paid. I thought tax would be charged later. Is game fund incorrect? If you base United States, then yes. Because we are, depending on your state, by the way, depending where you're located in the USA, because we as a company, there's a threshold for all the states, and if you if you're above that threshold, you have to pay taxes. And the way they did that and the way it's structured, we don't know how much we're gonna have to, or we pass this threshold till the campaign is finished. So once the campaign is finished, we have to process the data, see which state we're gonna have to pay taxes, and then once the pledge manager is open, we will these taxes will be applicable just for all the states. I think at the moment there's only 5 states which we passed the threshold. So that's that. And if you are from UK, you've been charged tax now, but then it's all this malarkey about 135 pounds. So either if it's below, we will pay taxes for you. If it's above, you're gonna get refund, and then you will have to pay it on the parcel received or something like that. It's just that Brexit is just joke. It's been so many years, they didn't want to fix it. I don't know why. I don't understand this. Are the people that got all in big box are the ones that get assigned rulebook? I don't know. I don't know. Somebody watching from my team, please. Let's talk about this tomorrow. Alex is on the chat, I can see. It's really, if you do the round on the Kickstarter game found for the other expansions, I'm hoping for hero booster packs. Yeah. The other thing is it all depends on retail. So we have now we have targets basically, right? Like everybody, we got targets with the licensor. We got internal targets. So we already have a pre-orders for the core game, for the basic game, and that's the thing which gonna go up there, and we'll see how the follow-up will be from the first wave of orders. If it's great, then great, we're just gonna move on with retail. If it's not so much great and we're gonna be a little bit away from the targets, we're gonna have to reconsider this one and maybe go on a game found or something like that. Now we'll be able to see the final color schemes for the main and sub-teams before the end of the campaign. No, unfortunately no. The reason for that one is I need to have all the sprues in my hand. Our team is actually working very hard now to get as many sprues as possible just before the end of the campaign, just to show you what we can get. That's that. Because we need all the sprues, we have to assemble, print them, assemble, check whether every single sprue exactly match the colors and such. We could make some mock-up, which we did kind of, but it's gonna be far away from what we want to do it. And I can show you something. Let's just change the camera quickly. Yeah. So this set here, right? We've been doing this set like 5 times or 6 times to get it really cool and right in terms of colors and everything else. So that's the legacy set, and I'm really blown away with the quality. I mean, this camera, I don't know if you can see this camera, but I was assembling this one today myself. Once I finished assembling, I was just walking around in the office showing people, and then everybody like, come on, really? It's so good. So I would rather to make something extremely right and extremely good looking, instead of showing you something which I'm then gonna have to correct it and sell you like a halfway through, if you know what I mean. So I would rather do that, and in order to do that, I need to have full sets of terrain. Yeah, but that is absolutely cool. I mean, Jesus Christ. What set is that? This is the legacy set. This is the legacy set, one of them, which is called the Torture Chamber, and we're also going to have 2 more sets before the end of campaign. So it's easy to do this set only because this set is made of 1 sprue, which we already had it. So it's much easier to actually go and do it. So yeah, I mean, lift it up. I mean, this is the analysis. We can lift it up. I can show you even closer. Come on. So that bit you have to trust on us, a little bit trust that we're gonna make it right, and yeah, make it cool. Okay. Quickly here about the heroes. And by the way, we also check in how everything will match with your previous expansions, just to make sure that everything is basically bang on in terms of quality and such. Okay. So is the second boat arrives tomorrow? How long will it will take to reach you and then the backers? If you just joined now, so the second boat, the second and the third boat is going to arrive to us, and the second boat is arriving in Poland, not to us, tomorrow, and the next one is on 28th of March. From arrival to port and then getting into to docks, I would rather say, not port, but to docks. From docks to the warehousing at the Green Logistics is gonna take about a week. I would say week. I mean, the last time was 3 days or 4 days, week, and then they will start processing and shipping it out. And shipping it out means they're gonna be shipping at least 1,000 parcels every day. So some of you will going to get before holidays. You're not gonna get it because holidays actually are next week, so I don't think so you're gonna get it before holidays. It's gonna be post holidays. Let's be real about it. Okay, now the last thing is, for those of you who receive it, if you play it, if you like it, do us a favor, go to Board Game Geek and give us some scores. Give us some feedback, give us some scores, and it's quite important to actually get that things. Yep. So, shame we can't get the Pathfinder pre-painted set on this game found. I would have loved them arrive together with the main GF game found. We didn't say no, we only said that we are in touch with Paizo about it, and I think if Paizo is going to allow us to do that in the Pledge Manager, not in the normal campaign, in the Pledge Manager we will do it. The things to note, one thing to note, it needs to be slightly different in terms of tiny details comparing to anything which is in the retail, because we don't want to, retail is retail, they need to have their own stuff. we are working on it. We are working on the skirmish for Deus Slayer. Okay. Deus Slayer. Deus Slayer shipping looks like this. Right, I need to click that one. Okay, so it's actually 4,000, round about 4,200 pulses, 300 pulses, because we didn't get that info yet from Green Logistics about it, because they were receiving the parcels. I just wanna, if you back in our projects for the first time, right? If you back in our projects for the first time, what I would suggest is to. Did I do that wrong? Yes. I would suggest to go to our channel later when my monologue is finished. To go on our channel and have a look at the Archon Studio Weekly AMA and then check number 1. It was posted on the on the 3rd of June of 2020. In here, I explained everything. What I'm doing. Now you can see it. Sorry for that. Okay, so here again, let's go back again. So if you haven't backed our projects ever, or if you are first-time backer, please go to this one. You can send to that video. In that video, you can see how our factory looks, how we work, how we operate, who we are basically, what we did in the past, which company we've been working with, and such stuff. then this is quite important to explain to you how we ship from our factory, our own products. Also, what is important is, can we ship all the parcels at once, right? And that was actually for the DNL3, which was 105,000 boxes to be shipped, and warehouse capacity was holding only 30,000 boxes at the one time. So we have this circle of making 30,000, goes on the shelf, goes to the packing. Whenever it's clear, we have to do it, again. But DNL3 was actually quite large in terms of number of sprues. That was slightly smaller. It was smaller project, so that's why we can actually ship it slightly more of it. And it was just the same principle: stock build up, shipping, lead generation, shipping, stock build up, and shipping, lead generation, and so. So it's constant circle. Back then was about 300 parcels per day. The team was, I think, large a little bit, but it's not about that. It's about this number depends only on the projects and the number of different SKU we have to pack and ship, right? That was complicated because it was so many different bits and bobs. So yeah, here we also explain, or I was trying to explain to you, why some of the projects are overlapping, and I think this is quite important to explain to you, that we run our own production, and once the production for the back then Kickstarter or GameFound project, which is plastic injection, is finished, right? We don't have nothing to put. Well, back then we had not much to put on our machines, right? So we always have to work backwards, and the way how it was working, but for the encounters, everything else was we needed to. When Deus Lair was about to finish shipping, or the last parcels were leaving, we kind of needed to start the other campaign, just to get GameFound DNL for campaign was there, to get funds clearing and to get rapid shipping, just to put something on the machines. So that period of there, when this one was finished, wasn't on the machines, and before that one everything was shipped out, we needed to get other projects. And that's the reasons why some of the projects, and especially the plastic injection projects, needs to overlap. I would suggest to go there, go to that video and watch it, because I think I did explain this one well enough. If not, I'm happy to go back then and do it again, explain again. But I think it was clear explanation about the where we are and what we do, and how everything works. Okay, right, let me just change the that, because that's gonna be important just in a minute. Let's go back here. Okay, so we are here with shipping. I think we need like a week more to get that an additional 1,000 parcels, and then a couple more days from the following week. I mean, next week is actually holiday, so it's gonna be short week, but it should be everything out within 2 weeks for those lab. So I hope you understand this. It's so many people asking questions. Oh, I've seen my friend got it. I don't have it. What's going on? It's like everyone assuming that we can actually get everything through and send at one day. It is impossible. You have to process order. There is an invoice you have to generate. You have to pass this information to like a Green Logistics or other companies. It's just really complicated process for actually packing and shipping. So there's impossible. There's a limit. There's a bandwidth, and the bandwidth is the X amount of parcels every day, right? Let's check the questions. Is there a chance to get alternative ice cave paint theme to the Rocky Cave 1's core set? Ask this in pledge page. Just curious if there is any possibility. There is a possibility to do that. Although if we're gonna do it, everything we're gonna do it now, it needs to be done in the pledge manager. And what we notice, and we've been noticing this one for at every single campaign, the more complicated things we do during campaign, people get confused even more. And especially for the new backers who never backed our projects. Our projects are not like a board games projects, are not projects, are one or two product projects. Usually our dungeons and lasers, they have like 17 to 25 different products to choose from, and adding additional 1, 2 or 3 or 4 during the campaign, it is confusing people a lot. So what we said, please drop the ideas. And then before we're gonna get into the pledge manager, we will send out the survey, ask these questions, how many people would like X, Y, Z, and then we will do it. Like, we said that constantly about the Abomination Vault. Yes, we were trying to get Abomination Vault. Once we have approval from Paizo, we'll do that. The short walls, we won't be able because they're already in retail, so that's it. I'm talking about the short walls, the Woven Mine. But anything else, like, additional stretch goals or additional miniatures, or it will happen, but it will happen just in the pledge manager. We are unable to do anything during campaign. I don't want to, because it's too complicated and too confusing, right? And people are going to be asking questions, why this appearing or whatever, because they're not following the project in general, and they're going to be asking questions why this is like, appearing now and what's going on with this. So I would rather do it later. Okay, I mean, there's all process behind it, and yeah. Okay, Deus Le, I need to talk about this. These are the missing bits and bobs. Not missing, I used the wrong word. Gonna be missing. So when we designed the concept for the miniatures, we have like several different concepts put together for each of the miniature, and there was like 4 different proposals, but we generally decided only 2 of the proposals will be in every single models and miniature. However, the graphical team didn't follow it up, and I think what they have used the, well, looks like they have used the graphics we had it like done for pre-page instead of actually the final graphics. So on some of the graphics you can see elements which were not included, like this arm wasn't included. One of the arms was included because other one was mixed, I believe, and some of the elements were not included. It's just pure oversight, and that's what it is with additional bits and bobs. We decided to do XYZ, and on top of that, this campaign was huge because there's a 400 miniatures and models, and some mistakes may happen, but that's the roughly the list. I think there's a couple more heads missing, or 1 or 2, but we added more other bits, and yeah, that's the reason. So it's not like we decided to do something else which was in the campaign. It was actually planned for the campaign, but the graphical team didn't follow it up. So obviously, once the campaign is finished on the Kickstarter, you are unable to change anything on a page. And then we actually realize it later. Well, later this means once you got it, and we're like, hold on. I mean, the page was okay. We checked this one was fine, and then we realized no, it's not. Something happened during the process. So I personally think during update of the graphics, they used the wrong graphic, and nobody realized during campaign. Maybe it was towards the end of the campaign when we doing so-called cleaning. So the cleaning is just before the campaign finish. You just have to update all the page, because then the page is fully locked and you can't do no changes. So it might happen over there or during that period of time somewhere. Okay, so that is sorry because that's my mistake. We're gonna have to fix this one somehow with next campaign. I don't know how, but we're gonna have to fix it somehow. Still, it's not like a mistake. It meant to be, but it's like bad taste, right? I think it's a bad taste. That's for the Devil's Lab. Let me just check more questions here. Maybe it's possible to show the information how many parcels are already sent in game found. It could answer the question, where is my pledge? But we do that. So the process is, once we have the tracking number from Green Logistics, the tracking number is being fed to GameFound, and then GameFound send the notification that your parcels is basically moving, and that's your tracking number. Yeah, that's correct. I mean, just to clarify on this one on pre-painted things, just to clarify it a little bit, they're gonna be matching the core teams, right? So the reason why we did for the core teams is basically making sure that the follow-up, which is with that terrain, will be similar. So that's it. That's what it is. I think a little bit after campaign, but I'm leaning towards actually allowing 2 colors in a stretch in the pledge manager instead of 1. I'm still battling with my team, but about that. Yeah, and just going back to that thing. This what is important. That was the reasons why we did this. We did this. There was a showcase, and there was a link on the page itself, so you could go on the on this and check every single miniature what you have in the core set and exactly see all the variations of the miniatures available on your sprues, right? That was the whole idea for that. So this is correct, and that was correct. And that was fully updated with the miniatures and everything else which we have there, but what wasn't the basically the page. So yeah, so that was correct. Okay, it basically happens if there is such a big projects and with shouldn't, but yeah, it was small of a side. Now this is something I want to just quickly mention to you. Yeah. So just quickly, I wanted to mention this slide. We are getting ready for a new campaign. That new campaign is going to be Battleground. So released the Battleground about 2 years ago. I will do full video just before we start. Just before we start campaign. I think there's going to be also launch campaign. I will launch the thingy on YouTube, so we can go there through this campaign and explain to you how the game plays. But it's really nice to see the scores like 8.5 on Board Game Geek. This is the game we spent a lot of time actually designing, and across the many people actually here in the business. And we did like test try and see what's the best. And then that game was only released to retail, if you remember. Now we have expanded to USA, Canada, and New Zealand and Australia. It means we can actually now go on the crowdfunding, and we have to take it through the crowdfunding. This is part of the deal with Mattel. So just quickly wanted to mention this. Not only that, I mean, there's lots of tournaments happening. I do have some pictures from tournaments. I do have some pictures from Spain, from Poland. So this game is actually been very well played, very well received, and I'm actually looking forward to the future of this game. Yeah. So stay tuned for that. Once the case campaign is finished, we're gonna move to this straight away, just after the campaign. Not straight away. It's planned for May or June, something like that. I mean, June is the latest time to actually go with campaign. Yeah. That's cool. Since you're already working on Conflux, can you tease it a bit? It's my favorite faction. No, I won't. I don't have materials to tease you. If I have materials, I will tease you with materials. That's better. Visual teaser is better than verbal teaser. How many sprues of painted stretch goals? I think the current idea and plan is just to have one with all the bits which need the painting. Master of Orion. So there is a blog post about Master of Orion. If there is a manufacturing, logistic and shipping process similar between the campaigns, then there should be a short video attached to each campaign itself via link. It looks like a hard miss on the Archon behalf, not to utilize the YouTube channel for providing this information. There has been many questions that have taxed your customers and in team could be avoided if the clear set expectations had been set from day one of the campaign. Well, Eric, I agree. Eric, I agree, but that's the reasons why I do also AMA every fortnight, and this is the reason why I can also ask these questions and I can clarify what's going on. But I also agree, yes, we could make this video, and then next time when we move into when we move to the next campaign, we will be explaining this. I mean, that's the thing about it. It's kind of bias of, you know, it is kind of, you think when you start campaign that most of the people already know what they're going for in terms of campaign, and then, you know, there's going to be shipping waves and there's going to be this or that, whatever. Because it's normal for the industry, and that's how industry works, and that's how the all the campaigns actually doing. So, but that's the thing, when you assume something and like us, we assume that everybody know or everybody follow or everybody knows, and so on, so on. Sometimes this helps when customers like you, like people who watch the streams, they well aware about the how all the process work, and if somebody asks the question, they will direct them there. I mean, that's kind of also the idea. But okay, next time around we're gonna have to do that. But I don't really understand the logic behind this, like expectations, because this is like every other company, it does the same. Like every single company is shipping in waves. When they say we're gonna start shipping, it will take some time to get to the customer and some time to process the parcels and get those parcels out of the door. I mean, I don't know. It's really like the expectations are that we ship everything in one day. No, it won't happen. I mean, every single campaign is shipping in a period of many months in some cases. I mean, I was waiting 6 months sometimes for my parcels since they say they're shipping. And that's correct. As the Archon always deliver early, this case a lot of people to get impatient. I mean, those letters almost delivered and we're still a month away from a delivery date. That is correct. But you see what's happened here? People are upset that they haven't got the parcels straight away, but they're not upset. They not see the value that actually they're gonna get within the time we told them they're gonna get it. That's something which doesn't click with me sometimes. But I do understand this impatient portion. But being pissed off because somebody's got it before him, or, you know, sending him messages, please send my parcel because I want it now. We won't be able to do that. We cannot actually do that. We have to go through the process, and yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we push our team to extreme and make sure that we ship before even we said we start shipping the parcel. We're gonna be shipping the parcels, right? I keep saying the same, you know. We had lots of cuckoo coming our way when we were shipping parcels 6 months before, and my expectations were then that if we're going to say to the people, look, by the way, we're shipping 6 months before, they're gonna be blown away. They were not. They're pissed off, and yeah, valid reasons. Why are you shipping now? I've got tons of miniatures to paint it. I don't want to close my pledge manager till Christmas, and you told me I'm gonna have still more time to close my pledge manager, and so on, and totally valid reasons. Yeah. What is the Master of Orion? It's a very old computer game. It is very old computer game. We got a license to make a board game. So that's gonna be another project this year. We got a great team for that project, by the way. Those delivery is May 2024. Yeah, so in March, so we're not, yeah. The AMA and Discord support is the best method. Yeah, we started this AMA in 2022 because there was lots of misconceptions about the way, you know, things work in our industry. And in general, we wanted to inform our backers and in general customers what's happening behind the scenes and show you, you know, some sneaky peeks and things. But you know, we are here always. I keep saying the same. This is AMA. Ask me anything. If you believe we're doing something wrong, just drop the message here. I won't be hiding it. I'll show to the to everybody watching it, and then we can discuss it. And maybe I can explain it in my Ponglish. Yeah, exactly. Some people will receive the parcels last, and it always going to be the case with Archon track record is great. My those last stuff still hasn't shipped, but I know it will soon. It will, it will because of yeah, the everything we do in house is just 100% in our control. But thank you for your comment. There will be always somebody at the end of the line. Okay. Oh my goodness, there's so many questions, guys. You're gonna overload me today. Okay, I think I won't be ignoring. I don't. It's not fair to ignore complainers. I think we have to educate. That's the point. Just educate how everything works, and it's not like we make something different. We just do the same, but differently in terms of. I mean, come on, we're shipping on time. I think that's big. That is big, right? There was another big campaign that was running alongside with Heroes 3, which just announced it's gonna be like 12 months delayed, and it's gonna be shipped in 2025. Shipping in 2025 in May means the people are gonna get probably on Christmas next year, right? And at that point we're gonna have, like, you know, we could potentially run the second campaign, overlap them twice with Heroes and ship them again before they shipped the one campaign. They had it exactly the same time when we had a Heroes 3. I think this shows how, you know, our team as a powerhouse. And by the way, the other company is much bigger than us. That's what I believe. But yeah. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Especially I love Master of Orion 2. Same here. So is the board game about a specific video game? Now, I absolutely love Master of Orion 2. We wanted to make around Orion 2, including logos and everything else. However, we needed to go with the normal Master of Orion, which is under control of wargaming.net. So yeah. We have a great team. The team, that's our team, internal team. We have Jacek. Jacek is lead. Then we have Alexander. Alex is on the comments as well. And we have a Kamil Białkowski. Sorry, I don't have a Polish. Should be Eł. Białkowski. Then we have a Jason. So there is actually a nice article. If you go to our page, if you go to blog page, there is a full interview with gentlemen, with Jason, with Lee, and Michael. Jason you might know. Jason he's a board game designer. He did like Twilight Empire, come on, what I'm talking about, Twilight Struggle. Lee is actually book writer, and he did a lot of work for actually yeah, he gave me a few books, but he did a lot of things for. He's our gatekeeper in terms of fluff for Master of Orion. Same Michael, who used to work for wargaming.net. He was a lead, one of the lead designers and one of the engineers back in the times when the Master of Orion was designed or made. So we have a great team who knows exactly how to make this game great and how to make this game exactly as it is with Master of Orion. I know that. Keep testing it, to keep playing. The game's actually in a quite good state now. So soon we're gonna be shipping it out quite a lot of stuff to reviewers, I think. Right, so I wanted just to quickly show you a few arts we've made it. So we have to bear in mind this art is gonna be in such a small card. This is this normal card for the for type of equipment or events or technological cards. We done a lot of art. This is just a few samples. I think it's gonna be another extremely good quality game from us, at least from the point of view of everything which you can see here, like, you know, arts and everything else. So we are going to spend some time. I've seen the tiles. They're not approved to show you yet. So I'm gonna be showing them next time, and I'm gonna be talking also more about this game in upcoming weeks and months. I'm so looking forward to see Master of Orion. That's good, thank you. Archon, you are in time with your Kickstarters, not like other companies who have more than 2 years late. That's true. The Heroes 3 tournament for the PC is going to be worldwide. It's gonna be only LAN, and it's gonna be only at the show, at the Pyrcon show. So the threshold for UK caves orders paying fees directly to the company is 135. That's correct. Would the minor pledge under is 120 or is over because it's included the VAT? So if it's 120, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Really, I don't know. It is. I don't remember if this value is net sell or gross. So I really don't know. I'm gonna have to be more prepared for that next time. Yeah. You mentioned in a video from 2020 on how Archon handles campaign. However, until today's AMA session, how would any new backers of any campaign be aware of how things work? I mean, Eric, we're trying to, you know, we're trying to move on kind of with this, and as I mentioned, we will try to do best. But as I mentioned at the beginning, I don't think we do anything different than the other company except to delivery on time. That's the only one difference between Archon and everybody else, and that's what we do on a page. If you go on a page, what is the most important from this page? Tell me. Let's be real. Yeah. Because I think the most important from this page is that this. It doesn't matter how we do it. It doesn't matter when we do it. It doesn't matter how the process works. I mean, for me, the most important, if I was backer, if I'm gonna tell you you're gonna get in May, I would expect my parcel in May. If I'm not gonna get my parcel in May, I will go ballistic. But it's March. So, as much as I would like to educate and do that, I don't feel personally I have to explain myself much, or business or anything else. This is the most important. Where's your delivery date? My delivery date is May of 2024. If your parcels won't end up on your doorstep on May, fair enough. I'm gonna take on my chin. This is how the things work. We do explain how the things work only because the people were asking questions back then also about they received the parcels before. They received the parcels before was anything like them. But I don't feel we have to explain, and we're not late. We're not late, and we're not gonna be late with any plastic injection projects here in the house. Okay, let's move on. Exactly. That's the expectations. And explaining how everything works, nobody cares. People will care only at the moment when the parcel is not delivered. That's what it is. This is what people should. Okay. Stephen, thank you for the answering this question. I think this is the good answer. Thank you, Derek. I know you did that. I know. Thank you. By the way, I was working till midnight yesterday. So today things are, yeah. Today is a little bit a tired day. It's like it. So thank you, Derek. So any possibilities in your license? Always. I keep asking, keep hunting for new license constantly. And I hope to actually have some good news for you at some point. Let's quickly go back to. Actually, I'm gonna have one meeting next week also for the license. Oh, by the way, for the caves, add small sneaky peek. Hi Tyler, I got my Might and Magic 3 big box and it's awesome, but the box got damaged in shipment and it is hard to lift up. I mailed your team on Monday, but no response. Can I get a new box? If you don't have a reply, and it is recorded in a system, and they will get back to you. I think at the moment, because we have like 2 different projects shipping at the same time, the customer service is a little bit overloaded, but nothing is missing, nothing is gonna disappear. You should at least receive from us automatic reply with your number. So once we have cleared everything like shipping, and once the customer service catch up on those things, you're gonna get it. I don't know, you tell me. I don't know, there's something there. This really I don't know, and I don't have anyone on chat to help me with this answer, you know. But I think it's a gross sell, which means everything 135 above the tax. So if you pay 350 net sell plus the tax, then the system works. But in general, doesn't really matter, because in both cases you have to pay tax to us, and then in one of the cases you're gonna get a tax refund from us. So during the campaign or during that period of time doesn't really matter. It's only the back end of backend. Oh, that's cool. You know what? With Critical Role pumping out the Daggerheart, it seems a lot of more firmware team. I mean, you know what? I did send them twice already email. I am connected with a lady in there via LinkedIn, which does the licensing for the Critical Role, and they haven't come back to me at all. And I would be really interested in actually licensing that. I don't know, I would try maybe a few more times and try to maybe go to the little bit to the top, because for some reason I have no reply at all, like even go away or something like that. Nothing, basically, like, you know, which is strange. Normally when you contact somebody about the business, and especially for this type of stuff, you get some answer. But I would like to have a license. I would like to make something with them. I would like to make a terrain with them, like an official terrain with them, maybe some miniatures and stuff. And especially that we can make much better quality miniatures than they had it previously. Like Critical Role had it like PVC minis. They were not good though. I don't think they were good. No, Derek, don't do that. I would have to fly over and kill you. You guessed 2.3 million. Oh, on that campaign over there, we don't know. I mean, with campaigns, you never know. We had one which was called the Chronicle X, and I dream about Chronicle X too. My team doesn't. Thank you, Tyler. So the train is great. I don't know, it's a train? It might be Cyclop over there. We'll see more tracks. New sprue of straight, curve, broken, and transition tracks. I don't think we're gonna see anything new to what we have there. I think this set is like good enough, in my opinion. But we will see. I know we want to add more. We want to add more things. Doesn't Critical Role have a WizKids line already? Could be, but they're more connected with D&D, right? We're talking here about the full set of everything, which is basically from Daggerhat. Although I don't know if we're gonna get there. I don't know. I wish to work with them. I mean, they're quite cool. And what's happening over there? I think the you follow Wizard of the Coast, right? You know what's going on exactly, right? Numbers and everything else, and what they did last year or 2 years ago. Everybody just went crazy. I mean, our campaign was. We almost cancelled Deus Ex campaign, and we were just before the just before the campaign started. Just before the campaign started. Sorry, because you know Marcin is a good laugh, but Dwarven motorcycle. Yeah, that's good bit one. But anyway, just going back to Deus Ex, just before the campaign starts for Deus Ex, there was that issue with open licensing, and we had some miniatures who were quite similar to D&D, and we just went a little bit, you know, crazy, and we changed many things there. Please no mimic. Yeah, I agree. There won't be no mimic in this campaign. I can say that. No dark train. No. Nothing funny. If this is going to be a train, it is definitely going to be usable piece. You can place your miniatures, and you can choo miniatures across the caves or mines. Yeah. Obviously, limitations are if this is train. I'm not saying it is. But anything is there needs to be scaled accordingly and be basically something which is like kind of used with the mining sets. I want to see Archon partner Larian. That would be very difficult because Larian basically is they did on the license, it's on D&D, stuff is on D&D. They do have their own games, that's true, but there's no kind of RPG representation of their own things. That's actually a good idea. Why not make RPG on their own system? Cave question: is the paint color for the Dwarven Mine on the same as the retail release? Yes. They basically, yes, they matched together. The color matched together. Just one thing, so all these sets, we are going to be recording them tomorrow, just to have them on tomorrow's updates. I believe we're gonna have 3 sets to show you from legacy sets, because it's more about showing you the tech. It's more about showing you what we are able to do that, but also to show you this like a final ones. So yeah, that's what I want. That's what we want. The Starfinder have just been another wave of miniatures being released for the Starfinder, by the way. Jesus. We had this idea for the some art book from Dungeons and Lasers. What we come up with, because there's gonna be new book. There's gonna be new book, by the way, with with this campaign. So maybe if we have some spare pages, we will add a few arts there at the end, and maybe even concept arts with it, because there's a plenty of nice concept arts, and they've made in a high quality anyway, and you know, we don't have a ways to show you this. What is the next event you will do in London, and would you? So next event, actually, I'm flying. I should be flying over for, what's the name? Salute. So I'm gonna be at the Salute. I want to be there. I'm just gonna be one day. The team is actually flying over the day before just to set up everything. I'm just flying in the morning and then flying back at night, at evening. Stephen, thank you for the clarifying this one for me, because I struggle with this one myself. Yeah, all the large tabletop RPG streamers stop using wizard license terminology. Is a wide new word. I tell you something. I've seen today a full report from ICV2. ICV2 is a website where they, you know, provide quite a lot of info from the industry. D&D apparently sales from D&T went down by 30%. 30. Now, I was going to bring some slides, but they said on there it's you know, they don't allow to copy those slides and show those slides. But seeing D&D going down 30%, that's huge. That is huge. I think this is basically afterthought or fallout, basically from what they did with this being too greedy. You know. Any more partnering with Mantic? The additions for Firefight were super cool. I don't know. Maybe we could do something with them. Maybe we can do something with them in the future. And we make production for them for some of the elements, for some of the products. But I don't think we're gonna be. We have like a no, we do have a worker, but we have like a. I sent them at some time ago a full list of actually vehicles. We have like a tanks. We have different tanks, by the way. There's some tanks we've made for resin, and some of them we haven't even released. So I was thinking maybe we could make, you know, 1 or 2 tools for plastic injection at more tanks. It's still opened. They have a lot on the plate, by the way. They have a. You know, like everybody in the industry, but they have quite a lot on the. Hold on 1 second, it's too cold here. On the plate. Wow, there's lots of questions, guys. Really lots of questions, and I won't be able to tackle them today. That's for sure. Hello, I don't know if that's already been asked or answered, but why not pre-paint legacy sets for the Warlock Altar and Kursk Cathedral or Sewers? That's a good question, but the kind of question to our sales team. We gave us maximum 3 sets, and because we didn't want to go for the big, you know, kind of campaign. Also, some of these sets you see here, or you mentioned, like Warlock Altar and Kursk Cathedral and Sewers, they gonna be hitting to retail pre-painted first before any campaign. So yeah. UK Game Expo, that's for sure. We will be there. We are going to be there. We already booked the stand. So UK Game Expo. By the way, they have extremely expensive the Hangover banners, crazy expensive. But yeah. Now, no. Where's that based? I've been to Burgos a long time ago, like almost 15 years ago, in Spain. But Freak Wars, anything which is related to like a proper wargaming and such, not yet, because we need to get those games out first. So once we have those games, we're definitely gonna be traveling more across Europe for those strictly like you know, to Berlin, to other places where they play wargaming mainly. Yeah, I think so. I think we should make one campaign for the pre-painted laser portion of it. Maybe add like 3-4 tools or 5 tools. Make it small campaign. Just make small campaign and see, and take it from there and see how the fantasy one, sci-fi one will do. I think, you know, it's looking at the pre-painted, the way we can pre-paint it now. Jesus Christ, that will be some really cool terrain there. Looking even the old sets, they're gonna look really good. So I'm even more and more getting myself convinced about making a sci-fi pre-painted. Yeah, I used to stream to D&D category on Twitch 5 days a week. Now I barely credit the game due to the ethics. That was that was a bad move. I mean, why do you change the rules? It was a greedy move, right? Everybody know that. Come on, they want to just tackle it and that's it. It's ours. Pay. And you know what's crazy about it? It's like whoever thought it's a great idea is like probably were just proud, but that person never played D&D and had no idea about D&D and no idea who actually created this RPG and in general everything around it. I mean, it's people, basically people, right? And it was other way around. People were not piggybacking on D&D. Wizard was piggybacking on D&D, in fact, although they own it, but still, from all the hard work people that, like, you know, Critical Role and everybody else. So I was like, I don't agree with them totally. So, oh well, now they pay the price of we have started Gen Con. It all depends if I'm going to have a big release, big IP release. If this is, if that it's gonna get the green light, I'm gonna fly over myself. If not, it's gonna be only my team entertaining everybody. I was there a couple of years ago, by the way. Really love it. Really like the States. Really like the States. Late for the AMA, but just got my Deusle, and that's amazing value for money. Almost overwhelming for me. Almost overwhelming for me. I mean, this is what my team keeps saying. Shimon, exactly the same, saying, look, people don't know how much stuff they're gonna get. They get tons of stuff. And they just realize, Jesus, this that much? Would you consider doing Heroes of Might and Magic 1 board game? No, I don't think so. That's not the option at all. Because we started with Might and Magic 3, we're gonna have to carry on with Might and Magic 3. I've been there every year. Last year I was there because of there was a very nice panel. So there was a few people I want to met from the industry, like a big boys, and we actually Jarvis Johnson was there from Games Workshop. He left Games Workshop, just recently left the Games Workshop, and he was there doing lectures, and I was there just listening. And then after that, when we like spent 2 hours or 3 hours talking about the projects, and he's actually now working with us on few projects, so that's great. And this year I will be there because I know it's going to be a huge event, so I want to support the team. But also I want to see and meet more people like Jarvis. Everything goes back to an origin of D&D, true, yeah. though, even computer games, yeah. So everything goes back to the origin of D&D, though, even computer games. I totally agree. Although even wargaming, you probably know that. Gary Gyrax, I hope I pronounce his surname correctly, or Gyrax, they did like a chainmail, and chainmail was actually groundwork for Warhammer, for the future Warhammer. So if you watch the stories about the if you watch the histories about the GW Games Workshop, I had a book from me. Ian actually wrote the book. I got an even signed book from him. And he was mentioning this one, how they started, and they started with miniatures, and then was chainmail, and they look at the chainmail, they say, look, that could be great system, and that's how it started, you know. Funny. It just reminds me about, like, you know, there was a Warcraft 3 game, video game, and that generated several different sub-games, like in MOBA, generated MOBA, tower defense, and all those things. So kind of like D&D was the first one, and then chainmail generated all the wargaming. Like casual wargaming, yeah, let's face it, because wargaming was there for donkeys, but the casual wargaming and the fantasy one was actually, I think, the original one from the chainmail. Yeah. Okay. So I think we're gonna be finishing. It's 1 hour and 30 minutes. Thank you. I see many of you actually stayed entire live. Each question: do the legacy sets add-ons include stacking clips? What you see on the page is there. So if it's not on the page, it's not there. I mean, we can quickly check what is in there. I believe if I click here, that's the page. I'm lost. My brain just stopped working, by the way. So that's add-ons. Okay. Oh, by the way, this will have like properly, nicely pre-painted. So you have the info here. So you only have those connectors, by the way. So no stacking clips. Thank you as well. Thank you for your questions. I hope I answered. It's really lots of questions here. Doing this alone is complicated because I need to double focus. Just to say, well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. So yeah, right. Thank you again. I've been told, by the way, if I'm going to say thank you to you now, right, and if I click this finish transmission, which I was always doing that way, it's actually going to cut to the transmission, and you're not going to see the end of what I just said. I think because of delay of this video going there, it's causing. So this time around, I'm gonna say thank you, and thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna stay just for a few minutes. I'm at least going to stay for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna be closing it. So where we are, by the way, where we are. I mean, some people guessing the numbers, but where the campaign sits. Good number. Yeah, good number. All right. Thanks again. I will see you next time.